Welcome back, everybody. We're on the second part here, and that means it's time for the weekly hot tag topics. A couple that are going on this week. One of them we're going to primarily talk about during our main event, but nonetheless, let's throw out a little thing here. AJ Lee has retired from WWE. That happened like right after we recorded the Smack Talk episode from last week, so let's touch on that a little bit. What do you guys think about AJ Lee? You going to miss her? You think that she's a future Hall of Famer? Stuff like that?
Absolutely. If her relationship remains well, I won't miss her. She's done everything she needs to do. Honestly, she's been rather stale the last year or so. I'm sure it hasn't been easy for her being around, considering the tense relationship between her husband and the company right now. So I think this is best for everybody involved right now. Whatever she wants to do, I don't know. I wouldn't expect her to be like TNA bound or anything like that. I think if she wants to wrestle, she's going to do it for the number one company because she can. She just has nothing to do there.
She's not going to go to like Lucha Underground or, Glow or anything like that.
Honestly, if she was going to go to any of them, I think Lucha Underground would be the one because they're the one with the most buzz right now. But again, I think she's going to either go like maybe a different career path or maybe she's just going to settle down. Honestly, I bet her and Punk have enough money saved up to just retire, be good for life.
And he's going to get big money from the UFC too, so he's pretty much like retirement bound whenever he feels like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Payton on the fact that I'm not going to miss her. And I feel bad for her in some respects, because there is nothing left for her to do there, even if she is passionate about wrestling still. I mean, she's won the championship. What else is there for her to do? Win the championship 20 other times? It's pointless.
She's won the championship. She's not main event, but she's been in WrestleMania twice and won. She's been a part of the main event. She was a main event storyline person. How often do you have a girl in the main event? Or a woman, pardon me.
It's hard to say she's a main event wrestler, but she was definitely a main event star. She had her place, she had her time, but she's probably just done with wrestling more so because she's complete and there's nothing for her left to accomplish. The only thing that's left for her to accomplish, say, in a Lucha Underground is that she gets to wrestle with men and maybe beat them, but outside of that, there is nothing, and I doubt she really wants that.
Right. Well, again, it's do you want to keep doing your craft? That's what you are as a performer, and you keep doing it, and you keep being awesome, and you can try to innovate as you can. And if you really want to do it, that's what you can. I just don't think she wants to wrestle anymore.
Plus, she's young.
Yeah.
Like, she could use this time, heal up a little bit if she's got any nagging injuries, maybe have a kid, focus on Punk's career, come back in, 3 years or something like that if she wanted to. Maybe by that time the tension's gone and Punk isn't like, a bad word to say backstage or something. Because I could imagine that's got to be really tough. She goes backstage and everybody's just kind of like, oh, AJ, how you been? How's your husband?
I do feel bad for her in this respect that she's left WWE now. And there's a lot of people on the internet going, oh, it's fucking CM Punk making her fucking quit and this and that. That's not fair to say unless the facts are out there. More than likely, she's just done. Mm-hmm. Let her go off in peace. Let her enjoy the fruits of her labor. And stop being such a cynical cock about it. This is why you're fat, you live in your basement, and nobody likes you.
Yeah.
The whole thing is kind of weird, though. There's something fishy about this situation, though. The way WWE even acknowledged it on Raw, they never acknowledge anything like this, like that.
I think what's odd about it is the timing.
The timing, the abruptness of it, like, there's something fishy about this.
And there's, of course, dirt sheets, so you can't really, just believe everything, but one thing that has been thrown out there, might have no validity, I don't know, is that she told them that she was going to retire, like, right after the match at WrestleMania. To me, that wouldn't make any sense. I don't believe that.
I wouldn't be surprised if she did that, if she thinks she can go out on top if she found out she's winning in advance. That's a good way to make yourself look strong on the open up, so on the way out, so perfect.
I have nothing to say on the matter. Apart from I'm going to miss that cute little ass. That's it.
You still got Paige.
Yeah, but she doesn't wear jean shorts. She doesn't wear tight jean shorts.
That's true.
No, she wears, like, yoga shorts. It's even better.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another topic here. Justin Roberts, former announcer for WWE, has accused WWE of using the whole Connor the Crusher induction just specifically for publicity purposes. WWE fires back and says, "No, fuck you, buddy." And Connor's dad kind of skirted the issue. He didn't really say anything to support Roberts, and he didn't say anything to negate what Roberts said, so I'm getting a feeling that maybe even his dad feels that way a little bit, but of course they did it for that reason. I mean, we're all in agreement for that, right?
I think someone needs to order him a DUR stat. Duh. It's fucking obvious. That's the entire reason they're doing this Make-A-Wish bullshit. It's great. And in all fairness, it's a fantastic thing to do. You can't take away from them.
Plus, let's not specify it's the entire reason. I'm sure, they actually did give a shit about this kid dying and stuff like that. But it's got to be like the forefront reason.
They could just donate a shit ton of money and go, "Hey, look, we're good people." But no, they do something really special for these kids that are on the way out. But it's definitely a PR stunt.
He even specifically mentions the thing that we've been talking about for weeks, that Ultimate Warrior didn't specify this.
Ultimate Warrior's idea was that award or whatever, or when they recognize someone, it's because of their hard work behind the scenes. He specified a big, was it a merchandise guy?
I don't know. I actually want to throw something out there. Does Connor not have a big influence behind the scenes? Does he not, in a way, kind of fit the bill for what Warrior wanted?
If you stretch it, I think so, but
it's obviously not what he intended.
Well,
it's kind of like saying
we got to see how else this award goes.
Let me say this though: I don't think he'd be angry at Connor getting the award.
Right? Yeah.
But I don't think it's what he intended.
Like, I think that's stretching it kind of in the same way as if you were to say Connor is a great superstar because the WWE universe is part of the characters in WWE, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can sort of bullshit an excuse for that, but it's not the same thing. And, a lot of people are trying to bitch out to Justin Roberts and say, like, you're just upset because you got fired and stuff. No, he has the same points.
Claim to be upset, though. He was involved a lot with the Connor situation. And they have not recognized that whatsoever. I mean, I think more so than anything, I don't think he even cares if he's being recognized or not. It's the fact that they just cut him out of the entire thing.
Well, plus he probably feels like, I put some effort into trying to make this kid feel better and stuff, and now you're just exploiting it? Like, what the hell? I'd be mad if I was in that position.
Right, Mike?
I want to know when the Eliminator is going to go in.
I mean, listen, this is a big corporation doing big corporation things. Justin Roberts is not marketable. Daniel Bryan is. Stephanie McMahon is. Triple H is. So we're going to show Connor the Crusher with those people.
Right. Now, if he's just complaining about this because he's like, he wanted his own face on there and stuff, that would be a different story. I don't think that's the case, though.
I think he just wanted some kind of acknowledgement, which he got absolutely nothing, and I think that's fair. If he had at least gotten like a chance to like speak more during the videos they showed about Connor, I think they could have at least included him. But
you know what would have even been nice if they just, because there's audio of him announcing Connor, if they just played that. That's all you have to do.
So, there are rumors that we might be getting a new United States Championship belt, that John Cena specifically requested a new design, and WWE might go ahead with it. What do you guys think about that? I don't think that's true.
I'm perfectly fine with this. It is a new era for the United States Championship. It's a new champion. They're trying to set a new tone, but these belts mean more. At least that's what they seem. This is exactly what they should do. And to be quite honest, that belt right now has a perfectly fine design. It's actually one of the less uglier ones they've churned out. But I'm open to see something else. I just don't want a spinner. And I don't think he'll give us a spinner.
If you redesign any titles in WWE right now, you got to redesign the tag titles.
Yeah.
They're such fucking hideous.
Yeah, when fucking Bret Hart showed those off to give to him, I'm like, ugh. Why are you giving him those? Is this like a dud price?
Must be like a Canadian thing.
This is what happens when we let Canadians design our titles.
Yeah, but they just
I used to like the
redesigned.
old school WCW United States belt. I thought that was better than the WWE.
It was a little chunky, but I didn't mind it.
You know what I liked about that? It looked sort of similar to the Intercontinental one. Like it's got that more rectangular edge to it, you know?
Well, if they're going to try to differentiate them, the last thing they want to do is make the belts look the same.
Right. But I mean, that's why I liked that. That's why I think that the Intercontinental title, if they redesign the US one, they can't touch the Intercontinental one. Like, that's perfect. Just keep that one forever.
Absolutely.
But the US one, yeah, maybe there's a better design out there. I like the WWE title design that they use now, so it's not like everything that they do is always like, well, you know, it's terrible, you got to go back to the past and stuff. But, yeah, definitely no spinner. I doubt that they would do that, though. And the thing that makes me think that they're not going to get this, they just redid these with the new network logo. And on top of that, they just made a t-shirt with this design on it for John Cena. That whole champ is here and it points down to the belt. It's got the US
fair,
title.
though, he's had like shirts straight after Mania that have only been shown on television for a month before he switched them up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, some limited edition time T-shirt kind of thing. That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, he's done it a few times. If anyone's going to do that, actually, it would be John Cena.
It's all about the money.
Can I throw an interesting plot twist to this?
You can put it down. I'm not comfortable with
Whoever
throwing
win,
it.
I might
I'll
catch
take
it
the belt.
if you throw it. I don't know.
Well, you're close, Sean. I actually think that this isn't for John Cena. I think somebody's going to answer his open challenge, and I don't know who it's going to be, but whoever that person that answers and wins it is going to be the person that gets a new fresh design belt.
Van Dam.
Samoa Joe.
So then Rob Van Dam wins it, and every time he does the points, it's like USA.
Hey, you see, you won it. Wouldn't it be great if the title had arms that did it in sync?
Like instead of the side plates, it's two arms pointing towards the center.
And then LED lights that go USA.
The little like pop-up book things, like the top of it, you pull a tab and it moves back and forth.
You see, this is starting to sound the shit. Bring RVD back.
Fucking RVD. He just did an interview, and they were like, well, when you come back? And he's just like, I don't know, last time they didn't have shit for me. It didn't feel like RVD was a big deal, so, you know, fuck them, kind of. It's like, well, RVD isn't a big deal.
Well, then why'd you stay in TNA for so long?
Right?
Because they treated him like a big deal.
Because it was the whole effing show.
You did?
God,
I
I hate
think-
that theme.
They did for a month. Month's pretty good. You don't normally get a month in TNA.
Speaking of the U.S.
Only forget
title,
what they did the week before.
Speaking of the U.S. title, this is just a side thing. No hot tag related to it, but, you know, if we don't have somebody like Rusev win the title from Cena, who do you think should win it down the line? And when do you think that they should win it? Because this U.S. Open thing that they're doing is pretty cool. And having Dean Ambrose and Stardust and stuff, like, we could get a random guy that's not on Cena's level just become Cena's level.
We don't... Here's the thing. I think when they finally do it, it's going to be someone that's not even established yet. That doesn't mean it has to be an NXT guy necessarily. It could just be a guy we've forgotten about on the main roster.
I think it probably will be Bray Wyatt. I think he's there. He's still someone that they got a lot of energy behind. You put this title onto him after it's gotten some steam put behind it by Cena. Again, going to the whole custom design thing, I can imagine them making a really awesome custom design for Bray Wyatt. He's got to do something to rebound from that Undertaker loss, and he's talking to somebody. We don't know who he's talking to right now. His promos are as fucking cryptic as ever. Maybe it's Cena.
Sean, any thoughts?
I was thinking somebody new, like somebody like completely off the roster that we haven't seen yet to make their debut. But I don't know anybody who's out of contract and shit down like a TNA or Ring of Honor and shit. So that'd be interesting. I would like to see somebody debut and beat Cena. Or I was thinking Norval.
Norval.
I'd be actually fine with them giving Neville that nod. I don't think they ever will, but the more I see of him, the more I think he's just so perfect for the mainstream audience. Go Neville.
I don't think it would be too early to put the belt on Neville.
A U.S. belt? You could put that on him right away. That's
Straight
fine.
away, yeah.
New design.
The belt that gravity forgot.
Yeah, it flies up with that cape.
Flies up with a cape and never comes back down to the earth. Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, Vince, I need another belt.
Was his cape the same cape that he wore the week before? Because I didn't see that fucker come down.
Really ought to put like a string or something on that thing.
There's just like, you know how they hide the trampoline for when the Lucha Dragons come out? They're just hiding that there's this dude standing like on a like position with like a harness and stuff a little bit above fucking Adrian Neville. Every time he throws that up in the air, the guy just catches it and they roll him back up. Yeah, look at that. Gravity forgot that cape. It's gone forever.
Every damn time. I keep spending like $100 a pop on these.
He's like, all right, this time I'm just going to throw it down to the ground. That way I won't lose it. What the fuck? It's flying back up. Goddamn bouncy ball. What the hell's going on here? Two more hot tags to talk about. WWE announced that SmackDown is going to be coming to the USA Network in early 2016, and they also announced that Tough Enough is going to be coming to the USA. So not only is Tough Enough returning, but it's not going to be on the network, as everybody was pretty much expecting. Some rumors are going around about this now. One thing is for SmackDown that they're going to try to make that more of like a solid B-plus show and do a lot of angles where something happens on Monday and then the payoff is on Thursday. I don't know if that's really going to happen or not. And the rumor for Tough Enough right now is that Stone Cold Steve Austin's not going to be the head coach of that. It's going to be the guy who took the podcast position, Chris Jericho.
Oh God.
Is Vince like, fuck Austin? Asking those shitty questions. What else is he doing? Yeah, fucking put Jericho in that.
He just like goes onto this Word document, replace all Steve Austin, Chris Jericho. Stone Cold Chris Jericho.
Find a replace. That's great.
He's got like he's just fucking replacing him and shit where it's even more awkward because it's like an Austin DVD just filled with Jericho matches.
So like one of the best WrestleMania feuds of all time. The Rock against Chris Jericho. WrestleMania 18, WrestleManias. Man. I don't know if I want to see Jericho as the host of this.
Nope.
Hey, you know what's gonna be awesome? No build-a-mutt.
Hey, remember that time that Chris Jericho beat The Rock and Chris Jericho in the same night?
That was crazy. So is this a
WrestleMania
good...
30 was great when they opened with The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and Chris Jericho.
The Rattlesnake Chris Jericho.
Jericho 316 says, I just stole your move.
So is this a good thing for SmackDown? Is this a good thing for Tough Enough to be on the USA Network instead of the alternative?
This is a long time coming for both of these things. I can't believe SmackDown wasn't negotiated to be on USA a decade ago. Like this,
Yes.
it's ridiculous.
I think that's because whoever owns USA, they probably wanted to have different brands to try to get like different markets and stuff. Like remember how they had ECW on Sci-Fi for some fucking reason?
It's gonna stay on Thursday nights, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I hope so, because that was a good move for them. And their ratings are up from it still, so.
I was disappointed to hear Tough Enough being on USA though. I wanted that on the WWE Network. I think it would have been a
put on
better.
the network after the season's over.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that the directive of the show is going to be different because USA's probably going to like tamper. They're going to be like, well, we want more reality shit, and WWE they could have done more wrestling.
The description I've been reading was like not very enticing. It was like more interactive elements and whatnot. I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound. It sounds like it's going to be like that redo of the first few seasons of NXT.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, where like go on the website and you can pick the challenge that they're going to do next week. And...
It was like American Idol with wrestling.
Yeah,
stupid.
And like that in its entirety isn't like a bad thing, but if they do it with the idea of trying to be like a typical American Idol thing, they're going to fuck it up. Like, it's not bad if you have like Monday Night Raw and it's like, okay, well, which person do you want to fight in this match? That's fine. Tough Enough, though, if you're like, well, who moves on next week or who is safe and stuff, and then it just becomes a stupid popularity contest. And then it's going to be, the good-looking guy wins because he gets all the women to vote for him, and the good-looking girl wins. They're all supposed to be good-looking, but you get a lot of people on Twitter that support you, and suddenly you're the next tough enough person, even if you can't wrestle.
No shit's all
Whatever
rigged
happened to
anyway.
the last guy who won Tough Enough?
I think he went back down to FCW for like 3 weeks, and they got fired.
Yeah, they basically said, "Hey, congratulations, come out and Raw." Ha! You got stunned.
Yeah, no, Stone Cold gave him a stunner on his welcome segment, and he basically was a dumbass and no-sold it and was like standing outside of the ring right after he got it, and then you never saw him again.
I don't think that was Stone Cold. I thought that was Austin. Not Austin. I thought it was Jericho.
Oh, good point.
Because the only guy who's ever made anything from Tough Enough is The Miz, isn't it?
No, Morrison.
John Morrison.
Shad Gaspard,
yeah,
kind of. Ryback was in Tough Enough.
Yeah, Ryback, yeah.
He was in the same season as The Miz, wasn't he? Yeah, that's right.
He's the
was
one
one
that
of the
kept
women,
eating.
too?
He just kept eating things, and Al Snow would scold him.
Oh, shit, I mean, freaking
Damn it, Ryan.
Cameron came from the last season.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Matthews. He was the very first season, I think.
Hey, guys, I can do a moonsault. You're a commentator.
Freaking, hey, of course, we can't forget Maven.
I like Maven.
Wasn't there like some woman that started there? That wasn't like.
Dude, wasn't there
Melina?
like a diva that had like a decent career? Was it Melina?
Nydia.
Yeah, Melina was in the series.
I thought Melina was a diva search.
Nydia. Still Nydia.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't
No,
count. She
I-
wasn't that great.
I-
Oh, it was the one that married Charlie Haas.
Yeah, Nydia.
Jackie Gata?
Yeah, she came from Tough Enough, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jackie
she was fucking abysmal.
She's better than Nydia.
No, she isn't. Like, have you seen Jackie Gator wrestle? She's the worst diva they've ever had.
I'm
Period.
not saying that she was great. I thought that Nydia sucked too.
No, like, Jackie really fucking sucked. Like,
I bet
she was like some special kind of sucking.
So that's why Charlie Haas married her.
Hey-oh.
I wonder what she looks like nowadays. She was fit back in the day.
Last time I saw a picture of her, she looked pretty much exactly the same.
Soul.
Oh.
Last time I saw a picture.
So, are you guys going to be watching Tough Enough, or is this something you're going to skip out on?
I'll probably wait until it's done and binge watch a few episodes of it.
Oh, and who do you guys think should be the coaches? Think that should just be like Albert? Fucking. They need some big star, and they need some woman for sure. They're not. They're going to put a woman on there.
Don't care. Like, Austin was so golden in that role. Like, have you seen the gif where he's laughing and then just stops? He's got one of those from Tough Enough too. And he's got that. There was that great moment. So, what's your favorite match?
Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Jericho's not going to be able to grill people like that.
Yeah, you actually watched Austin have an aneurysm in that scene. It's fucking great.
Well, let's see. They're going to need to have a main, like, big star. They're going to have, like, a supporting big star. Remember how Booker T kind of filled that role?
Yeah,
Then they had
Christian.
Then they had the hard ass, and then they had Trish Stratus for, the woman's perspective.
Do you think they have the balls to put freaking who's that tattooed guy from NXT?
Corey Graves?
Corey
Graves.
Graves. Do you think they have the balls to put him in it?
No, I don't think so. Maybe as, like, the host of the show,
I
but,
can see him post it.
yeah, not, like, a trainer.
No.
I
You
could
can
see...
train people to get concussions.
I could see if they go with a kind of like B-level sort of star. I could see Christian fill in that role since you brought him up. They don't really have too much for him right now.
Just let Rhino do it. Rhino's awesome.
Maybe Albert is like that kind of role. Maybe not. I don't know. He's not the main star for sure. They couldn't do that. They couldn't sell it on that. I don't think that there's too many like main guys that would be interested in it.
What if they can get Undertaker?
That would be fucking amazing if they could get him. Never happened, but that would be awesome, though.
I still want them to just do a show where they film him, because he's always like the judge, jury, and executor during Wrestler's Court. Just film that shit, it'd be great.
You know who would be, I think, a good choice for the Diva trainer? Beth Phoenix.
Ooh. Yeah, but they'll probably get Lita.
Ugh.
Maybe. If they get Trish back, then that's okay.
Trish was fucking terrible. I'll never forget there was that one scene with one of the girls, and they were like sitting on yoga mats and talking about being on periods. It's fucking stupid.
Let's see. Well, we have one other thing to talk about. Another Chris Jericho thing. The podcast. What do you guys think about that?
I've not finished watching it, but so far, so good.
It was pretty good.
A little bland, right?
Cena was actually fantastic. I think this is actually my favorite I've ever seen Cena. He was very loose. He was telling a lot of fun stories. He was very humble and very open about a lot of things. I've never seen him with his guard down quite like that. He was very comfortable talking to Jericho.
You could tell that they were friends.
Yeah. Jericho, on the other hand, though, was fucking horrendous. First off, he was wearing this hideous scarf the whole freaking time. Like,
I thought it was just like a really long string.
I don't know who told him it was a good idea to wear that. I mean, Jericho's always like had some wacky things he's gone out there and worn, but come on, Jericho, how old are you now? It's ridiculous.
Don't you love midlife crisis Jericho? It's the best evolution, I'm telling you.
And he was just boring throughout this entire thing. I mean, he luckily wasn't as obnoxious as he is on his podcast. There was no cowbells. There was no
Sore subject, cowbells.
There's no 5-minute break for a Fozzy song. There was no hibbity dibbity.
That shit fucking annoys me. That's the most annoying part of his podcast. Hibbity, 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 hibbity.
He does that on his podcast?
It's how he talks about sex. He like goes into an infant and starts going hibbity, hibbity.
Really? Like, that's like a regular thing? That
Yeah.
sounds fucking obnoxious
It's how he.
as all
The
hell.
best of it is, this is how he promotes one of his fucking products.
Oh yeah, what, MeUndies?
Yeah.
When you
What?
get ready for some hibbity dibbity, you want to make sure you're wearing the right undies.
It's like
The fuck?
I don't want to imagine hibbity dibbity when I'm trying to fucking bag.
So these are the reasons why I've never listened to his podcast, I guess.
Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna keep doing my mouth.
You're gonna have that stuck in your head. You're gonna buy some of these underwear.
Me and these. Yeah, fuck that.
I
They
kind
sponsor
of
us?
think that he was like a teleprompter almost. Like, he just sort of read out a question here and there, and that was about it. Like,
He was probably being fed a lot of stuff. And unlike Austin, I'm sure whatever was going in his ear, he was listening to.
very tame. I didn't like that about it.
One line I did like they threw out there. So, do you ever get mad when Vince yells at you? No, because it pisses me off.
Did he let him finish his answer?
That would have been great if he just went on a rant, though. Because it pisses me off, man, this one fucking time.
You know Vince is fucking listening because of how anal he was over the other podcasts.
Well, you know what made this podcast different, too, is that we didn't have an authority person there. Before
True.
you had Vince, and then you had Triple H, and, they had the freedom to be like, hey, we're going 10 minutes longer. John Cena, you can't really... I mean, he probably could.
Well,
but-
it's John Cena. Of course he can.
Well, the way that he was talking, he basically made it sound like he was, third in command for the creative decisions and stuff. He was just kind of like, yeah, we do have our meetings, we talk about creative things, and we, if I say something, then whatever, and like, kind of implied that a little bit.
I think he more just means of his own direction. I think he's a guy who just has a lot of, protection of his own direction. As he should if he's a guy on top.
You went a little Dr. Seuss there. He's got a little protection of his own direction.
Sure.
On the right.
Junction.
Protection of direction.
So, judging by what you guys have seen from this, is this something that you're going to be checking out when they have that as a featured thing on the network? Or is this just like, I'll catch it if I catch it, and if not, then I don't care?
Well, it depends on the guest.
I gotta think that he would run out of people really quickly.
I mean, who else is there? They've done Austin. They've done Triple H. Who else are they going to bring in there that you're really going to want to? Maybe like a Brock Lesnar or a Paul Heyman. Maybe Stephanie.
Undertaker.
Undertaker would be great. That would have to be Austin, though.
I just imagine fucking Undertaker sitting in front of Jericho going hibbity dibbity.
And Undertaker just staring at him like, what the fuck am I doing on this show? Why did I pass up tough enough to do this? What if, like, Jericho gave that scarf to Undertaker? Here, just wear this during here. If anybody's going to make that look even more awkward than Jericho, it would be Undertaker wearing that shit.
But he has to wear a fedora at the same time.
I don't know. It was an interesting listen more than a watch because I just put it on when I was trying to sleep. I'll put on those kind of things, but if they start getting more like his podcast from what I'm hearing with this whole hibbity-dibbity thing, then I probably will just pass. And like you said, it depends on the guest a little bit too, because if Jericho's bringing on people that I don't give a shit about, then what's the point?
Oh, if he starts bringing like those rock star people to freaking the WWE network, that's gonna bomb so bad.
And you know Vince would be all over that shit going, oh yeah, fucking celebrity.
Oh god, yeah, that'll probably be his next guest. It'll probably be like Gene Simmons or Axl Rose or some shit.
Somebody maybe that has been in WWE, so they could try to pass that off as like, well, let's talk about your fucking musical performances in WWE. And then, you know, now that we got that out of the way, the next 45 minutes are all about, don't you like Leonard Skinner and shit? Like, don't want to see that. But even with the wrestling stuff, like if he starts interviewing people like Mark Merrow, I don't give a shit about that. Or like, I don't know, Tito Santana or...
What about if you got Ricky Steamboat?
Maybe. Only if he asks him the questions about like boats and stuff. So how's Tugger doing? He's like, what the fuck's that mean?
It'd be great if you got Ricky Steamboat and be like, oh man, fucking Tito Santana show.
I'm here with my guest, Tito Santana. He's just like, why is everybody getting us fucking confused? I don't get this. Alright, well, that'll do us.
Race, damn it.
I'm a dragon. He was a matador. What's confusing about this shit? I think that'll do us in for the hot tags of this week. Tell us what you thought about all these different kind of topics in the comments below. We're going to take a little bit of a break with the rest hold, and we're going to come back and do first of the two different main events for this evening, Superstar Scores AJ Lee.